on as I open up for chat. So you guys, if you have any questions, please just look down at the left and the bottom chat. It says chat, and then if you look below that, you can see write a message. It's very small and faded, but it's there. Where it says write a message, you can put that in there, and then press the send button. I'll see your, and I will see your messages. And if somebody wouldn't mind just telling me that they can hear me, saying, yeah, I can hear you, that'd be great. Just so I know, because I know the recording started, but I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Hello, hello, we hear you. Thank you so much, Annalisa, I hope that's right. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much. Yes, awesome. Okay. All right, so you guys signed up for 5 must-have hacks to attracting ideal, high-paying clients. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you those hacks right off, and then I'm going to explain them a little bit more just so you have something to work with and run with. If you guys have a notepad and pen, that's a good idea for this call. I'm going to be throwing out a lot of strategy ideas that you can take. And again, you know, I'm really big on following your gut, listening to your intuition. So if there's something that resonates with you that I'm saying, then write it down and run with it. I'll also open up for chat support at the end so you guys can do your Q&A. But yeah, anything that's not resonating with you, you know, don't feel like you have to write it down. It's not for everybody. I have a lot of different strategies too. So, okay, we're going to jump right in. So let's go to the next slide. There it is. Here's what we're going to cover. And here's your 5 hacks. It's really about how to pinpoint those ideal clients. When you're looking for high-end clients, it's important to find your ideal clients, or not find them, but to hone in on exactly who they are. It's also really important to be visible. That's your other hack when it comes to find the high-end clients. You have to be out there. You have to be out there in the world. You have to showcase yourself and your talents. The third one is how to create a high-end offer. And nowadays, you can't get away with being slimy or salesy. People just aren't resonating with it. They don't want to hear it. And yeah, anything that does and here's just a quick tip if you're wondering what is slimy and salesy. If when you say it you feel slimy or salesy, it probably is being received as slimy or salesy, so it's kind of a no-no. And the fourth one is giving potential clients a sneak peek experience. And yes, I did spell peek wrong in this instant. My apologies. I'm noticing that now. Yeah, so you want to give them like a little taste of what it is that they would get from working with you or purchasing your products and services. And then setting up partnerships with the right people, the right colleagues. You know, how do you choose those, and are those beneficial? So we're going to talk about that too. That's a really great way to get in front of your ideal high-end buying clients. Okay, so Sally says that she can't hear anything. Anyone else having a hard time hearing? See, okay. I'm not sure what's going on for that, so I'm just going to write a quick message. See if muted. Oh, the recording. Okay. Thank you, Carrie. I'll just write that to there. I'll write that to Sally so she sees. Okay, so here we go. We'll do page 3. So a little bit about me. Hi, I am Danielle. I have been an entrepreneur since 2009. I started off focusing on copywriting. I was a copywriter, I was a writer, and then I got into digital marketing a few years later. And now I am pulling all of my experience together to help other entrepreneurs build an authentic and intuitive business. So I am an authentic, intuitive biz coach. I've helped numerous entrepreneurs take their passions and start building a successful and profitable business. And as you can see in the corner, I love glitter. I really do. That's my quirky thing about myself. It's like I love glitter. I have 3 girls, so we have glitter everywhere. So that's just kind of a fun fact about me when it comes to, and I put it into my business. I put glitter in my business. I have pages with glitter. I use images with glitter. So it's kind of fun, and it's a nice little 3D aspect to my business for sure. Okay, and I'm going to jump in. So what is an ideal client? And I'm seeing these PowerPoints didn't upload correctly. So an ideal client, a lot of people are like, well, what is an ideal client? How do you define that? And an ideal client is someone who has a problem or an issue, someone who is looking for a solution for that problem or issue, and someone who values, this is a big key word here, values the solution for that problem or issue, and someone who is willing to pay for that value to the solution for that problem or issue. Now that last sentence is really powerful because we're going to talk a little bit about how do you define your ideal client, and this is a piece that a lot of times we're missing when we fill out a client profile or do a client avatar, is actually putting in there, my ideal client is willing to pay whatever it takes to solve that problem that they're having. They're willing to invest in themselves to solve that problem. Because if you really define that too, you're actually putting it out there that you're looking for those clients who are looking to buy, to actually purchase from you. So that's really important for what an ideal client is. So who is your ideal client? So someone who is either open or aware of what their biggest problem is. And I say open or aware is that because sometimes people don't even know what their biggest problem is or their biggest pain point is, but a quick conversation with you could actually bring them, into realization that, oh my gosh, you know what, that is one of my biggest problems, and it is something that keeps me up at night, but I just wasn't even aware that it was my biggest problem before talking to you. So that's why I always say, they don't have to absolutely be aware. Just talking to you may bring them into the awareness, but being open and willing to have that conversation, willing to have conversations that are uncomfortable, to bring that into their awareness. So that's what I usually like to start with is, someone who is open or aware on what their biggest problem is. I think that I had a client earlier today, and we were talking about how sometimes she's presented with people that aren't even aware that they have a problem with connecting to their bodies, and really tuning into their bodies, but when she teaches them, they understand, wow, I didn't realize that was a problem for me. So that's just one. I have other examples, but I really want to make sure I'm not taking up too much time, and you guys are able to take in this information. So the next thing is someone whose said problem or issue can be solved by you. That's something else. When we're really thinking about our ideal client, we're looking for someone who is looking for what we offer. So someone who has a problem or issue and we have the absolute solution to it. Let's say that there's a social media marketer and their ideal client is someone who needs help with social media, has no idea how to use social media. That would be the ideal client who has a problem, who knows that they have a business, they need social media, and they have no idea how to do it. But you, the social media marketer, can solve that for them. So the third thing is someone who understands the value in what you offer. Now, there could be tons of people out there that need a social media marketer. Are there a ton of people that are willing to see the value in what social media can do in their business? No, not everyone sees the value in social media. So as a social media marketer, do I really want to be in front of those people who don't see the value in social media for their business? No, I absolutely want to be in front of those people who know the value of social media in their business. They know they need it. They know they want it. I want to get in front of those people. I want to talk to those ideal clients. And then here's the other thing. Do you see how we're kind of layering this down? We're pulling back the layers. So someone who has a problem or issue that I solve, that's one layer. Someone who understands the value in what I offer, that's another layer we're pulling back. And then the last one is someone who is willing to pay you your value to receive the solution to their problems or issue. So there's that third layer that we're going to pull back, because even though someone understands the value of social media in their business, they may not be willing to pay you your value in terms of money, the cost of hiring you to bring social media into their business. Now, if they're not, that may not be that ideal client you're looking for. It may be the next person down. I'm going to put this volume up a little bit. Hopefully that sounds better. It is in your best interest to be in front of both the people who see the value of what you offer and those people who are willing to pay you whatever it takes to solve that problem, that pain point for them, and pay you what you're worth. So that is your ideal client when you break it down and pull back all those layers. And you may go through a process where you start with one big group of people and you end up with a handful of people who really meet that criteria. And that's okay. If you think about all the steps it's going to take to peel back that layer, then just working and getting in front of those 5, you're saving yourself so much time, so much energy. And you know what? I have to put this out there. Your time is worth money. You are valuable. Your time is valuable. So you're, in the long run, you are saving yourself time and money. Okay, so how to find your ideal client. I know it's great now that you know you've pinpointed who your ideal client is. How do you find them? And this is something that's really interesting, and a lot of people have a different perspective and a different take on it. And what I've found in my business is that I don't go searching for clients. I'm not out there looking around at all. However, I have noticed that the more visible that I get, and the more I show up and the more I pinpoint those ideal clients, the quicker they appear and they come to me. They're like, I've been waiting for you. It's really a beautiful thing when this happens. So how to find your ideal client. And I probably should have said how to show up for your ideal client. And the first thing is show up as an expert. You know, you're in business because you have an expertise, you have a passion for what you're doing, and showing up as that expert, getting into that CEO mindset is a huge way of attracting those ideal clients too. Just showing up for them and they're like, wow, I've been waiting for you. The other thing is to own your business and services. And I don't mean own as, you know, you have an LLC, you own your equipment. I mean actually owning and empowering yourself behind your business and services and knowing your worth and knowing what it is you offer and having that confidence to put it out in the world. So when I say own your business and services, I'm really saying empower yourself, get behind who you are and what you offer. Another one is be highly engaged and visible. Now, engagement comes in many different forms. You could be highly engaged one-on-one, in-person networking events. That's a way to be highly engaged. You could be highly engaged on social media. You're talking to people. You are answering questions. You are posting on social media. You are meeting new people and reaching out to them, just asking them how they are. That's high engagement. You could be doing not just online events. You could be doing local events where you could be doing workshops. You could be donating your time to teach other people your expertise. That's high engagement, and that doesn't have to happen all online. That can happen locally. That can be something free that you offer. It's just about showing. It's just about engaging with people, showing up in a way where they're going to be, they're going to see you. And visibility comes in many different forms. So, and I will tell you how to be more visible on the next slide. But visibility is a way of showing up. It's a way of engagement. It's a way of just saying what it is that your business is about or what you're about, and owning that, and just holding to your truth. And holding to your truth can mean a whole lot of different things. It could just be that you believe in something. It's part of your business, and that's what you talk. That's what you talk to. That's what you say to people. So that's a way to be visible. Offer value where needed. You know, take your value, everything that is valuable in your business. Now, I'm not saying to give away your secret sauce. I'm just saying to do value adds, freebies in your business, something that will really help somebody. Get them on your email list. That's an offer value where needed. Donate some time. Get on podcasts, radio shows. Give value where needed. Just you could even do it one-on-one with someone who just has a question, and you answer it by offering some value that comes in the form of your business expertise. Ask for referrals. Now, I don't know about everybody, but referral business is the best business for me. I get so many repeat clients. I get so many referrals. And here's the other thing about referrals is that anyone who gives you a referral, give them something in return. I mean, yes, you offered them a wonderful service or product and they loved it and they referred it, but also to the other end of that, receive that referral and also say, wow, I really appreciate you bringing me business, which I'm going to turn into repeat business. I know I am. I always do. Look at you. So I want to treat you to a gift card. I want to give you a percentage of this sale. I want to encourage you, and you don't have to say this to them, but really what you're saying is like, I want to encourage you to keep sending me people, to keep sending me referrals. So I'm going to give you nice little gifts for helping me out that way because, man, I really appreciate you. So I do. I get referrals all the time, and I give them a percentage of the sale that I make off of their referrals. And they usually they don't do it for that. They're often very surprised that I give them money or I give them a gift card or anything like that. And then they're just like, oh my gosh, wow, I feel so special. And I was just saying how great you were. And now you're coming back and giving me something. Wow, that's great. So yes, I'm spending a little time on this because this is huge for your business. It really does make a difference. And it's just a really wonderful exchange of energy. So spread your message every day. Yeah, consistency is so key in business, and spreading your message every day. You can take the weekends off. I probably shouldn't say every day, but just getting out there in some way, telling someone about your business, telling somebody about your services, putting it out there on social media, sending an email to a list of people that you know, even reaching out to colleagues and saying, hey, do you know anyone who would be interested in hearing from me? I would love to tell them what I do. I would love to give them something for free. I mean, there's so many ways to spread your message every day. And what I think about when I say spread your message, I think of the trickling effect that happens, is that you spread it to one person, they share it with somebody else, and then so on and so forth. And, spreading your message doesn't necessarily have to be all business. It could be just that you have a core value in your business to bring fun into it every day. So, for instance, I like glitter. Glitter's fun for me. I post pictures and images on Facebook of glitter, and guess what? People share it, and then other people share it. Other people share it. So, and of course, it has like my logo on it. It has my logo on it, and so that message and that image got spread with my logo on it to my website over and over and over again. So that's another way you can spread the message, and it isn't anything to do with business. It's just a picture with glitter on it and say, glitter on or something like that. So there we go. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, let me go down here. Okay, so ways to get visible. There are so many ways. it's really not as hard as you may think it is. If you're thinking that it's hard, I'm here to tell you that it's actually really easy to get visible. First and foremost, get very clear on your messaging before you go out and try to get visible. Be very clear about what your products and services are, what it is that you're about, what your core values are. Even having that mission statement and like, my mission is to help 5,000 people in the next 5 years grow and build their business to 6 figures. That's a mission statement right there. That's a very clear message. Getting really, honing in on that is really important as you're trying to step out and be more visible. So, ways to get visible. Be interviewed. There are so many podcasts, radio shows, even local and national TV shows that are looking, and online interview events that are looking for somebody unique and special, and that's offering something different than what they've seen. Now there is a trick to it, so I'll give you guys a little trick. Always have some kind of a hook when you're presenting to somebody who wants to interview you. Have a hook. Have something that's different, that hasn't been heard, that hasn't been seen, and of course stay within authenticity and your values. But if you have that hook, it's the same thing. I worked with magazines for 4 years, and the editor was just like, well, you know what? I'm tired of doing features on housewives. Is there a housewife that actually like owns a business or like a meat packing shop in her home or something that I can interview? I know that's way out there, but that's a hook. That's something that's really unique. And if you have a personal story or experience to go behind that hook, wow, you got a triple threat there. So that's kind of something whenever people are trying to get visible, I teach them. I'm like, you know what? What's your hook? What is it that makes you unique and special? What is it that you're doing in the world that's different that we haven't heard of that absolutely needs to get out there? Because that will get you booked on podcasts, radio shows, TV shows, online interview events. I just did an interview series, and my favorite people were people who were doing something totally different. And I saw that when I was looking for speakers. I saw that they were presenting themselves. I mean, they were business coaches, but they had a hook. They had something that was different. And I'm like, you got to come on this series. You got to absolutely come on this series. I have to interview you. And those end up being the most intriguing interviews for me too. Other ways to get visible: social media networking. Now, this isn't just posting on social media. This is networking. There's a difference. So, social media networking, getting on Facebook groups, talking to people, even looking for people who have similar friends to you, if you're comfortable doing that, if you're comfortable reaching out to new people, networking with them, sending them a friend request. If they accept the friend request, then you can just send them a quick message. Hey, it looks like we have a lot of people in common. I would love to get to know what you're doing a little bit more. They could have a business. They could not have a business. You could just say, I'm just really interested in what you're doing. We have a lot of friends. How do you know them? How do you know them? It's just that networking piece that you do on social media, and you do it in a way that, of course, is not creepy. And it's just, hey, we have some people in common. How do you know them? And social. And I know that's not for everyone, so I've got some more visibility ones. In-person networking, so local and global events. And local ones are like, Chamber of Commerce, or in every city, there's always entrepreneurial events that you can go to. There's like probably 5 right here in the northern suburbs of Charlotte, where I am. And there's also another great one that I'm joining is Toastmasters. I think Toastmasters is amazing. There's tons of those. I get to work on speaking. I get to meet new people. And something else I'm doing that my coach actually recommended is I'm starting to put together dinners with other entrepreneurs, so I get to meet them. And I'm going to give them 15 minutes, at the first 15 minutes of a dinner, I'm going to give them free marketing advice. I'm going to give them some social media marketing. I'm going to give them some online business marketing. I'm going to give them some visibility and marketing information. So, and this will be something that I do, I don't know, once a month, once every other month, and I'm getting out there, I'm meeting new people, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Now, global events, there are tons of global events, like JVX is a joint venture networking. It's specifically to network with other entrepreneurs. If you have a very niche industry, then you can, I know they have other networking events, they have certifications and all that stuff. Those are your global events that you can go to, you can sign up for, you can learn something new in your industry and meet other professionals in your industry. And you're going to see why I'm saying this a little bit later on as I talk about those partnerships. These are ways to get in front of those people. Word of mouth. Word of mouth. You know, be really good to your clients, and because you want that word of mouth help. You want people to say good things about you. You want them to refer you. Of course, like I said in the other slide, if they refer you to somebody, treat them really well. Give them something. Give them a piece of whatever you sold. Give them money. Give them gift cards. Even a thank you card in the mail or an e-card, something. Just treat them really good if they're spreading your message and your expertise word of mouth. That's huge. That takes a lot of trust between you and that client, or you and that friend, or you and that potential customer to spread the word. And then we have joint venture partnerships. So of course, that's a great way to get visible. You get out there and network. You can partner up with people and get more visibility. There's two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. I love that. And I totally agree. I think that collaboration is one of the best things that you can do in your business. So joint venture partnerships are just partnerships with a colleague, someone in your industry, somebody in a complementary industry where you work together. So, okay, so we're on slide 7. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so now that we've talked about some of like visibility and ideal clients, how do you get high-end clients now that we know some of the ways to get in front of them? And this is where I say broad versus niche. Rich is in the niche, right? Yes, absolutely. You think about casting a wide net to get more fish, but, you know, and fish are customers, of course, but will they all value your services the same way? So if you cast that huge net, is there a good chance that they're not going to value what it is you're putting in there? Absolutely. And what I've found is that the people who are niche, who are very specific, when you've pinpointed that ideal client and you've peeled back all those layers, that niche, that person, that exact ideal client, that's when you're going to have an easier time selling to them, because you know what, you are exactly what they're looking for. They value you and they're ready to pay for you. So yes, there is a rich in the niche. And also it's the same thing. Would you rather chase down clients, or would you rather have them come to you? So that's another reason to be more niche, is that if you're in a niche industry, there aren't as many experts either. So you get to put your expertise out there even more. And instead of having to chase down clients, they're coming to you because you're recognized as an expert. So that's another reason why I say the niche. So if you think about, oh gosh, and again, I'm going to use marketing and business because that's what I'm in. But if I was a social media marketer, I cast out that wide net. I'm like, who needs social media? You know, tons of people could come back and just like, well, you know what? I need Twitter, I need Pinterest, I need Facebook. And then you're having to serve all those different platforms and come up with different products for all those different platforms. Whereas if you say, you know what? I'm a Pinterest marketing expert. So, and this is why Pinterest is so valuable. I have helped all my clients go from no Pinterest page to a booming Pinterest page, and they've gotten, I don't know, 5 clients a month just off of Pinterest, versus, oh, I'm a social media marketer, I work in all these platforms. Now, I don't know about you guys, I would much rather be that niche Pinterest marketer that is showing something very specific and having real results with that one platform, versus the social media marketer that works in all these platforms. And because you never know exactly who's going to resonate with what platform. So that's my example for why niche can be so important for your business and getting those high-end clients. Here's the other spin on that. If somebody is very specific to Pinterest and can show you how valuable and how much their clients are getting out of that, wouldn't you be willing to pay a lot more, pay a lot more for that coach if you're specifically looking to build out Pinterest? I would be willing to pay a lot more for someone who is very specific, very niche in Pinterest, and has a way, has an algorithm, has some kind of a consulting gig that works and has worked over and over and over again for her clients. Now, I would pay money for that because it's more of a sure thing. So that's another way of why niche is a way to get the high-end clients. Okay, so creating high-end offers. How do you create those high-end offers? You know, and this is something to consider too. Your ideal clients and what their problems are and how you, consider your ideal clients and what problems you solve for them. So that's the first thing to consider when you're creating these high-end offers. Consider all the areas in which you're an expert. So, and I'm not just talking about certification, education. Yes, those can come into play, but really, experience is key as well. And a lot of people don't think about, well, I have an education, so, you know, I'm an expert, but the experience so much of the time comes into play and is really important. You know, like for instance, a life coach. Now, there are certifications for life coaching, but I tell you what, if I'm looking for a life coach and just, you know, for me to look for a life coach, something disastrous would have to happen. I think that, you know, I'd have to lose one of my children. I'd have to lose a husband, a family member, where I just was so down in the dumps and desperate and just not feeling good. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this. I would do anything to find a way through this because I just don't know how to right now. And I have the choice of life coaches, and two of them, you know, are fresh newbies right out of the certification, and then the third one is, you know, a 50-year-old woman who lost her child and is a widower. Who would you choose? I would choose the widower who would also lost her child for sure, and she doesn't have a certification. Let's throw that on the end of it too. She doesn't have a certification. I would choose her. I choose her every day because you know what? She's on the other side of some tragedies. I want to know how she did that. I want to know, you know, what made it okay for her. So that's a time when experience really does matter, and there are so many other ones, but don't ever, but always consider your experiences, your life experiences, you know, how you move forward, because people are really interested in the why you're in business, like why is it that you're in business, you know, and then the how, and then the product. So always consider your experiences when you're putting together your offers. And, you know, here's the other thing. What's value proposition? You know, what value do your services give people? And, you know, this is interesting because I think that there's a lot of mindset stuff that happens with the value in our products, and that can be sometimes why we don't charge what we're worth. And we're not putting the value on our services. You know, so let's just use, okay, so my coach used, her and I were talking about this the other day, and she used a nutritionist, and we were talking about the value of her, you know, one of her other clients was a nutritionist, and the value in that, what she was offering. And she looked at her package, and the nutritionist was only going to ask for like $2,000 for an 8-week program. And the coach said, well, you should offer $8,000 for this 8-week program. And this is why. Think about the value. What is it that you're making them healthier? So they're going to save money on, you know, health bills. They're going to feel better about themselves. They're going to lose weight, and or they're going to maintain their weight and not have to buy bigger clothes. You know, there's all these things that you can consider for value proposition. And then of course, I mean, can you really put a price on, if you're in a service industry and you're bettering somebody's life, can you really put a price on that? What is happiness worth? some people will have a really big number for that. And that's part of the value proposition. What is the value that you are bringing to them? You could even break it down in numbers and how much you're saving them. Like I do sales funnels, so I always break it down like, well, okay, you are doing marketing in your business for X, Y, and Z products, and you're paying Google Ads $200 per lead. And you're not even capitalizing on those leads. You're not even using those leads and following up with them. Now, if we did a sales funnel, you could follow up with all these lost leads. You could, and let's break it down by numbers, and you're going to get like 1% of those people we send through a sales funnel, and they're going to buy from you. And guess what? That ends up converting to $45 per client rather than $200 per client with a Google ad. Now, those are numbers that you can actually crunch on, like, wow, $45 versus $200 per client? Yeah, I'll take the $45 one. So that's another way of looking at the value proposition. And how is your product exclusive to your ideal client? What's the exclusivity to it? And exclusiveness can come in many forms. Like, for instance, what is it? When I'm offering my group ones, I'm doing a new group. So what I'm offering them is not only office hours, which is very exclusive, that's exclusive time for me. I'm also giving them packets, starter packets, where we're talking about their nutrition. How are they taking care of themselves as an entrepreneur? How are they, we're also going to do goal setting sheets. I mean, this is only going out to that specific group. Only the group is getting my office hours, and they're only getting access to these pamphlets that I'm putting together that are really going to move them forward in their entrepreneurial journey. That's exclusivity right there. Another thing is that people who are clients. I have a Facebook group, people who are my clients. Guess what? I'm growing that Facebook group, and all my clients, they get to do Facebook Live videos on there. They get to promote themselves in there. Nobody else is allowed to, except on Fridays, promo Fridays. But my clients, people who've hired me to help them, they get to be in the front of all those people that come into that Facebook group. So that's an exclusive offer right there to the product that I'm offering. So that's another example of it. So how in your business are you offering exclusivity to your ideal clients? So people that are potential clients, how are you going to make the deal a little bit sweeter for them? What are they going to get that nobody else gets? Same thing with, like, if you have people signing up for your list. Only the people that sign up to your email list get exclusive offers from you. Those who don't, those who just visit and take off from the site, they get nothing. So that's another example of product exclusivity. So let's see. Okay. Page 9. Give them a little sneak peek. Give them a little sneak peek of what it's like to work with you, what your services are like. That's a wonderful value add. And there's so many ways to do sneak peeks. Like, I did a behind-the-scenes look at lead generation on one of my last summits, and I put that in a PDF and sent it to people. And it was just an offer, and I used it in exchange for their information to get them on my email list. And guess what? They used it. Some even created a whole online event based on my sneak peek look, behind the scenes look of what it's really like. So that's a sneak peek without anyone having to commit to it. It's something where you get to see the value and what it is that you do and what it is you offer, and you get to see what it's really like. Sometimes that's huge, because when we're moving forward on some of these marketing and strategies and stuff, people will tell you the what. And a sneak peek gives you a little peek in the how. So how this is actually done. I could tell all of you should all do a virtual event. You should go out there and interview people, but I'm telling you the what. And how you do it, you're going to need 4 months. I'll tell you that. You're going to want 4 months. You're going to be organized. You're going to want a tech person. You're going to want to know how to build landing pages. You're going to want to get in front of the right speakers. I mean, there's a whole list of how you actually go about doing this. So a sneak peek can give you a look into what it takes for that particular service and product. And that also kind of gets the wheels turning for people like, wow, what they do is really valuable. I'm not sure if I could do this. So that's another benefit to the sneak peek. 5-day challenges are another really wonderful sneak peek. I don't know if you guys have seen them online. They're happening a lot. And basically what a 5-day challenge is there's people start with an end goal. So entrepreneurs are like, you know what? I want to fill up my 8-week group program. And I'm basically going to do a 5-day challenge where I lump everything or most of what they're going to see in that 8-week program into 5 days. So that's what a 5-day challenge does. And they set it up. People go to Facebook. And then guess what? They go through the 5-day challenge and they convert part of those people who join the 5-day challenge into those 8-week clients. So that's a really great sneak peek idea that is used for the purpose of selling out a product at the end of the challenge. Free strategy calls. Now, I do this all the time, and I do this because I love strategy. I love problem solving. And, and also I get a lot of clients off of this. And what I do is like, let's fix one problem, one area in your business that is really got you stumped, that you're banging your head against the wall with. Let's fix that one thing. So, and a lot of times when people come to me on strategy calls, it's not just one thing, it's so many things. And we pick the one that will help them move forward the most. And a lot of times I'll have people come back to me like, you know what, I need some more help. I'm not sure how to do this next thing. So I've gotten to step A based on your strategy call. So let's keep moving forward because I have a lot I want to do. I really want to move forward. So free strategy calls are a sneak peek. You get to offer them value and move them forward. Doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Yep, you love strategy. Awesome. You have a problem that you can help them solve. Great. And I said the caution on this is try to keep it to 20 to 30 minutes. I make this mistake all the time. I get talking about strategy. I'm just going to keep going. So learn from me and try to keep it within 30 minutes. Another thing that I've seen is an ebook on the exact formula you use in your business. Now, this is a sneak peek on your business as well, because you can give people the exact formula in an ebook. And how many times do you download an ebook and then read it? Not very many people do. Most people will read maybe the first page and I'm like, oh gosh, you know what? I know I can't do this, so I need to call this person in and see what their services are. So an ebook is it's a great freebie offer too. It's a great thing to offer and say, hey, you guys want to know how I used this formula to move my business A, B, and C this way? That's a great one. You also get a lead. You get an email and first name. So you can always advertise new products to them. So it's just that's a really good sneak peek and a win-win for you. Long story short, people buy you and your experience. They are buying you and how you did what you did. They're coming to you because they want to know. So that's when they buy. Okay, let's see. Is that the right one? Give someone a sneak peek. Partner up. Yeah, collaboration is your friend. I'm a big person on collaboration. I love joint partnerships. I love doing interviews with people. I love connecting with them down the road and doing more interviews. I think collaboration is awesome. So when you're looking to partner up, who do you look for? Do you go right for the biggest competition? Not necessarily. But you know what really works well is if you look at it as who has a complementary business, not so much a competitive business that I could partner up with, and then, again, two heads are better than one. How can we together be of service to more people and give them even more? So, and complementary service, what do you think? So what's a good one? I don't do social media that much. I don't really niche down into it, but you know what? If I had a colleague who did focus right on Pinterest and I was doing an 8-week course for moms who are trying to build a business and I was helping them with their strategy, I would love to partner up with a Pinterest coach, and then we use that as a value add to moms who are trying to build their business. This is one thing that's complementary that I don't focus on. So that's a good example for a complementary, not competitive business. And when you're doing that, it's important to first approach them as a colleague. Like, okay, we're colleagues in this, so we're going to talk business. and then as friends. So of course, business first, then friendship second. So whatever whatever you guys have for a business arrangement, be very clear. Be very clear on what it is, what expectations are, and think of it when you're doing this as, what are we doing? What's the win-win-win? And I say win-win-win, even though there may be two of you. What's a win for them? What's a win for you? What is a win for your potential subscribers? You have to think about what's the biggest win for them and for us. How can we use this so it's a win-win-win? And then, of course, agree on the extent of your collaboration and have a timeline. Have a timeline. Be really detailed when you're partnering with people. And it's really important, as we're talking about value and products, to also value what that other person offers and what they're doing. That's a really great energy exchange too, when you both value each other and what you bring to the table. And that makes a really good partnership where you guys are winning, and then your potential and current clients are winning as well. So that is another way to get in front of your ideal clients too. If you're looking for that complementary partnership and they have a list of people who would be your ideal clients. Oh gosh, she's got tons of moms on her Pinterest. On her Pinterest business, on her Pinterest list. I really want to get in front of them. So that's another way to look at it as well. So, okay. And you know what? Do you guys want some help with your baby steps for your big goals? Set up a time. Here is a link to my calendar. Of course, I will send this in the email tonight with the replay. Grab a spot on there. I opened up these slots for the next 5 days to give you guys some extra support. And all I ask is that come to me with one problem. Come to me with one problem in your business that you really want some help with, and we will do strategy. We're going to have a good time, and you can set up a call there. And when you're setting up the call, just also put in the messaging what the one thing that you want to work on is. And I'll get you in the book. So that is my nice little sneak peek that I'm going to offer you guys for today. And I'm also going to open it up for live Q&A. So if you guys have a question in the chat, I've been following it. Ask me anything, and I can open up live Q&A for the next 10 minutes if you guys have any questions. Oh, you know what? And I did tell you I'd turn on the video so you can actually see me. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm drinking tea, and I'm going to switch over to coffee. I see a couple people are typing. Okay. Annalisa says, my challenge is narrowing an ideal client. Okay, great. So, you know what? When it comes to narrowing down an ideal client, I think that you've got to prioritize what it is you're most passionate about. And, I can probably answer this better if I know who your ideal clients are, what you're trying to narrow down. Can you explain a little bit more, Annalisa? She's just typing. That too is challenging. Okay. Woo-woo is real. Okay. Awesome. All right. So let me see if I can give you some quick tips so that maybe you can start working on. We get results in the real world with CEOs. Okay. I may have you just schedule a call for this one. This seems like we could work together, but I will give you a couple steps. So to narrow down your ideal client, it's really important to go back to that layering effect from the beginning. So because you really have, if you're building a business, you actually have to start bringing in ideal clients that are willing to pay you and see the value in what you do. So I would focus on, those ideal clients that see the value in what you're doing and are willing to pay you what you're worth. And also get real with yourself on what you're worth, and go to that value proposition and what are the problems that you're solving currently. What are the problems that you're solving currently, and how much money do you save them? How much money do you save your ideal client? How much time do you give back to them? Because money is time. How how much are you giving them back pieces of their life? Maybe they're sick and you're helping to make them better. I mean, put some values on that. And also think about the love that you put into your expertise. And love is in the form of education, years of education. Wow, that's a lot of time and love that you actually put into something you're passionate about. Think about all those late nights that you are staying up and writing out ebooks or putting together webinars like this, or doing online events. That's a lot of love and time you're putting into something to give your ideal clients. That has a lot of value there. And when you think about that, and that really kind of sets the stage for how much are my services worth. I have put so much into this, and I've been doing this for years. My education counts, my experience counts. So I would look at that, and I would look at peeling back the layers a little bit on those ideal clients, and who values you. What niche values you the most? What niche needs you the most? Going back to social media. Moms like Pinterest. So if I was a mom entrepreneur and I really wanted to build up Pinterest, I would go for that very specific niche Pinterest expert, social media expert, rather than one that does all of it. So if you can think about one area that you really shine in, one area that your business really shines in and people are really drawn to it, and you can survey your current clients, survey them, and you can survey potential clients, people, and say, what is the one thing that you need most help with? Ask around, do some market research, find out what the one big pain point is, what they really need help with, and see if that's a way that you can niche down. Okay, so audio is on. Okay. Back! Yeah, I lost internet, I think, for a minute. It's been so, I'll turn off the video so you guys can hear me, just in case. Okay. You are so welcome, Annalisa. All right, Naman, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize. What is the best way for a new coach to generate qualified leads and clients, and what should I be focusing on? And I'm a physician who is transitioning into coaching around managing stress, focus, productivity, and wellness. Yeah, okay, great. So you are a physician who's transitioning into coaching around managing stress, focus, productivity, and wellness. So, which is great because you already have some contacts. So I think for a new coach, I always do say make sure that your foundation is strong, and by that your messaging, core values, or another one, ideal client profile. Make sure you have that information and you're really clear. You're really clear on that. You're really clear on what it is you offer and the value that you offer as well. That's your foundational piece, and making sure there's no cracks in that is really important. Then you can build on it. I would say, as a physician who's transitioning into coaching around managing stress, is think about even some clients or some of your colleagues that have clients that would absolutely need some help managing stress, focus, productivity, and wellness. I would start there. Start with a very small group of people that you have access to, and see who could use your help. That's a quick way to start getting some clients. And you get some clients, if you can get clients and they love what you're doing, get some video testimonials. Get some video testimonials so people can so you can use that in your marketing. So that would be the first steps. Getting really clear on your messaging, creating that strong foundation. So mission statement, have 5 core values, work on your ideal client profile, be really specific on who your ideal client is, and also you know, for coaching, you don't need to start with a website. That's not something that you absolutely need. But also start with that list of people that you know, colleagues and family, friends who know someone who may need this. So start with that list. That's a really good foundation piece. Build on that. Get those video testimonials. Use that video testimonial when people come to you, and when they're looking at your services, like, you know what, this client A, they gave a great video testimonial. I helped them. It sounds really similar to what you may be going through. I'd love for you just to view this. You can email them the video. You can stick it up on YouTube. They can go to the link, and then that may get you a sale right there. So that's where I'd start. Really small baby steps too, but they can have a huge impact on you moving forward in your business. And there's another really interesting thing that happens when someone pays you for the services in your business, like energetically, it feels really good. And it's almost like, wow, I have a real business. Somebody just paid for my services. I have a real business. And that gives you a lot of encouragement. That gives you a lot of empowerment to keep moving forward, especially the beginning stages of entrepreneurship. It can be really challenging. It can be really challenging when you're just getting started out. So I tell people, I'm like, if you can get those foundational pieces down and ready, you get clear on your message, you get that first client in and they're paying you for your services, you're off to an amazing start. You have that momentum. It keeps you moving forward. Not that you're going to plow right through, not hit any blocks. I wish I could say that you're not going to hit any blocks. Blocks are part of the growing experience, and this is what I tell people. I'm like, when you hit a block, say thank you, block. Say thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I really was ready to up level. I was really looking forward to you showing up so I could work on getting either through you or up over you and getting to that unknown on the side, because I know I'm growing. I know that I'm moving forward as an entrepreneur. So thank you so much for showing up. And I think, yeah, so that's my little spiel on that. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. Does anyone else have any other questions? I can take one more. I got 2 minutes. I talk fast. I love you too, Kathleen. I think we're good. All right, guys. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. You guys need some help. Don't be shy. I'm really fun to talk to. I'm really good at strategy. Hit that bit.ly link. I will send it in the email too with this video so you guys can watch it again. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'm here for you. I'm here to support you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.